Very few places in the wasteland are as brutal and unforgiving as what is now known as the Divide. Resting between California and Nevada, the area was a prime location before the First Battle of Hoover Dam, as the NCR would use the vast highways as a supply route to their mainland home and capital. This all came to a crashing end when Caesar would send some of the best in his ranks to organize an attack to cripple the NCR in the area and strike a blow to the Republic that would take them years to recover from, much like what was done in Utah with New Canaan. The Legion would prove victorious in this battle, but no one expected what would happen next, as a package that was delivered by a courier began to speak and interface with the various nuclear silos containing active warheads in the area. This device, coming from Navarro, would wake up the missiles and cause them to crash into the walls of their resting places and detonate, resulting in the absolute destruction that we see today in the Divide. Storms would rip through the area, mainly fueled by the long-lasting weather control experiments from Big Mountain, and this, mixed with the resting radiation of the bombs, would change the soldiers and legionaries fighting in the Divide, tearing the skin from their bones and muscles, and leaving any human unlucky enough to survive a walking corpse. These are the marked men that now call the Divide home. These fighters are the victims of ghoulification, though because of the storms of the Divide, they appear far more damaged. Muscle is exposed on any visible area of their bodies, and the only identification they still carry is the tattered uniforms of their former armies, leaving the marked men to perpetually fight for banners that no longer remember them. While the area of the Divide is violent and unrelenting, it has passed down this personality trait to the men who remain within its borders. The marked men have no other desire than to lash out in violence at anyone found in their home, and they will even attack each other when they are looking for a fun pastime. However, the flags of the NCR and the Legion matter very little to these marked men now, as those differences do not seem to separate these battle-hardened troops any longer. Becoming ghouls has only helped them in their new home, as the marked men will make camps near the silos that once held these bombs and the various warheads that can be found in the area, so that they can harness the radiation, which only benefits them due to the ghoulification, making them stronger, faster, and a bigger threat than most of the things that we find in the wastes. Even the standard ghouls that we find around the Mojave and beyond would not survive the radiation levels that can be found in the Divide, which has made the marked men far more fierce than the run-of-the-mill ferals that roam the wasteland. Within the Divide, we can find 4 named marked men, with only one being connected to the NCR, that being Blister, who carries a flamer and incendiary grenades. The second we can find is Beast, who wears a makeshift version of Legate Lanius' armor and carries a deadly shoulder-mounted machine gun. Bonesaw is the third named marked man that we come across, and he dons a marked Beast tribal helmet and wields a chainsaw, which correlates with his name. Finally, we meet Blade, who stands on a roof near the entrance to Ulysses' temple and carries the Blade of the West, a crude copy of Lanius' signature weapon. These leaders command the various marked men we find in the area and boast increased abilities over their standard counterparts, but there are 2 more that we can find after the events of Lonesome Road. If the courier launches nukes towards the Legion, we can find Gaius Magnus in Drywells. He wears the unique armor of the 87th tribe, featuring the Legion's bowl painted on the front and the back. The armor also has stats similar to power armor, with higher durability than any power armor found in the game. If the courier sends the warhead towards the NCR, we can find Colonel Royas on the Long 15. He also has a set of unique armor, that being the Scorched Sierra power armor, which features the head of a bear on the shoulder. Royas and Magnus are some of the only characters in the Fallout series to have all 10s in their special stats. Ulysses also holds this title, with Frank Horrigan from Fallout 2 being the only other character to do so. The marked men are doomed to walk a lonesome road for the rest of their days, surrounded by pain, violent storms, and radiation, waiting for someone foolish enough to walk the once pristine highways of the Divide. They know nothing but violence and destruction. The marked men are a true example of what the worst parts of the wasteland can do to the people who are just trying to live a life in this hellscape of a post-war world. Thank you for exploring the lore of the marked men with me, and if you want to see more snippets of Fallout lore like this, along with fact videos and streams, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to stay more connected, I have a Discord server where we chat about Fallout and various other things that you can find in the description of this video. Feel free to join, I would love to hear from you. If you have any suggestion on any other lore topics in the Fallout series, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you on the next one.